my leg across. And this is why I like blankets north, south, east, and west, because you can never have enough bolster help support. I'm going to guide her down my inner thigh into a twist. Like usually more graceful than that. I'm going to support her shoulder. Great quality of breath. This is getting that piriformis. Something, something.
I was just talking to my chiropractor about these spinal twists, and I always would stack the hips, but he said that takes it more into the back. So if you make sure to keep the shoulder down and you bring this over, it works more of the IT band versus the spine. I just didn't know you had to be careful about that rotation of the spine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
It's interesting. Chiropractors tend to be like a little herky-jerky and quick, where we like slow and listen and breathe and ease into it. So maybe some of the things that are applicable there are less applicable for us.
Yeah, he tells people that sometimes when we stretch people out too much in yoga or in massage, we're taking away stability, and that lower back sometimes is tight because it needs to be stabilizing.
A different set of injuries that can occur as a result of being too flexible.
Right.
Yeah, they're down. All right, so the twist, and I did add a little support. Just watched her face, watched her breath. I'm gonna bring this arm over. Just give me a little lift in your head, please. And then giving her a little pillow. All right, so this knee landed on that. I'm gonna straighten out this leg. The part of the mother energy here is my left leg supporting her, okay? So, my left hand, more part of the supporting energy. Kung Fu, leopard fist. I'm gonna dig around. Hey, we talked about that piriformis, didn't we? Or you can also, more Kung Fu, Phoenix Eye. Or like a support thumb. Whatever you feel good about. Yeah, it's saucy. We're gonna work the iliotibial band just on the other side of the middle line because that's where the muscle and the fascia. So again, I usually talk more about anatomy and less about meridians, but I'm sure there's a corresponding meridian. Say that?
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder. Is that inner arch or gallbladder or spleen, spine?
It's more spleen, kidney.
Spleen, kidney, thank you. That Lake Michigan. And I'm coming outside the knee, and then when you're compressing the tibia and fibula, you're really easing off the weight. It's less so with the hand, but when we do it with the foot later, it'll come into play. And I'm just gonna do a couple passes. Right on. Ah. So yeah, for the intents and purposes, you can just compress. If you want to add the piriformis work, you can dig around here a little bit. All right, now your knees are gonna frame out my work area. Mother energy left, child energy right. I'm abs and I'm leaning in. It's like a compression and a traction. And then my right hand is gonna travel child energy, ease off at the knee, ease off over the tibia fibula. Just a little bit of the compressing the calf from the side. And usually 2 or 3 passes. So my knees are as wide as my work area here.
Are you compressing with your left hand at all? Or
A little.
Okay.
A little. It's more stabilizing than compressing, but there's that little initial was definitely like a.
So that was like a
That one was
compression and
that,
traction
and then
apart.
it goes back to just stabilizing. And this is just a nice, easy palm compression. I'm gonna do the other ones first, and then do the spider, the crab soccer. So I'm gonna slide my knee to her popliteal space, bring her shin on top of, and then this forearm is gonna take that arch and that same Lake Michigan trigger point, and I'm just gonna fold. How we doing, Joe?
Right.
So this is tougher because I can't see her chest or her face. And then you just work the shin, so you like think of like a typewriter, like how it moves. So it can move, and you can use your forearm or your bony elbow and just give a little bit of love to the foot and come in a little deeper. support the shin. I'm gonna roll. I'm not grabbing or holding. My palm is just against her toes, and I'm just rolling. Just a little ankle mobility. I'll put her inside my hip, support, and just take her heel towards her glute. You gotta be super mindful of this one because flexibility, range of motions are really gonna vary on this. You don't wanna hurt the knee joint. Then I'm gonna bring her back out and I'm gonna go into crab soccer. Why does he call it crab soccer? I don't do this to every client. But I teach it. You okay?
Yeah, that's great.
My foot is on either side of her foot, stabilizing. I'm gonna work my sternum tall like I would in a squat. And I want you to hold it until, talk about foo-foo-y, hippie, crazy, you feel our pulse on your tailbone.
Can you feel it now? I can feel it.
Yeah, I can. I just started feeling it right before you said something. Isn't that nuts? So it's a tough transition to get into. Not everyone obviously is going to be comfortable with this. Duh, it's pretty like I'm in your space. When you come out like ninja, now I just usually do like a little heat energy exchange there over that last compressed. So you could have done that after you did this. Like there's no secret. Boom. Now to save my knees when I come into working the top part of her spine. I know you guys are gonna have to be all over the place. I come into this like almost Janu Sirsasana, the one leg long and the other leg bent. And I'm gonna come here along those fused vertebrae that consist of the sacrum. And I'm right on the other side of the lamina groove. And I'm just gonna take the thumbs and just go up either side of the spine, or the one side of the spine that fits.
If you have a bigger bolster, would you put a bigger bolster here? So less of it, like more up there?
You
Does it
absolutely
matter?
can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can experiment with that plenty.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
So I usually do a few passes with the spine and come up here and the occipital ridge, right? Right there, that insertion point for your upper traps and your levator scapula. There's so many good things going on over there. Just a little bit of thumb.
So you're just in that like suboccipital region where you would do a release?
Feels so good. And then the thumbs, you can kind of like pluck like you're plucking a big thick cello or bass string, or you can just kind of like rub back and forth. So again, 2 or 3 passes, usually make nice with the spine. And this big twist does not happen to every client because this is a challenge. Always gonna wanna tighten your abs first. Transition like ninja. My right foot, because I'm on this side of her, is right against her hip. My left foot is underneath and tucked. Okay? I'm gonna bring her back. So again, if she was like a 260, 6'5", and I'd be like, oh, I ain't working that hard today. I can get this twist in some other way, I definitely would. And be your own advocate always. Don't do a move for a client. Someone said something about myo. I love myo now. It was a huge part of what I did when I was when I was at Baltimore School of Massage. But man, it jammed up my wrists and it hurt the fascia in my wrists. So until I learned different ways to do it, I didn't do it because I didn't want to shorten my career. So this could be one of those things that don't shorten your career, don't hurt yourself. If it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't make sense, don't add it. So I'm gonna bring her shoulder back and I'm gonna take hold of her hand. So this is where it gets tough. All you're gonna do is grab here, everything else, it's gonna be ragdoll. So deep breath in for me. The only thing you're gonna clench is right here. And again, deep breath in. Okay, I'm gonna put you right back down. Help me, even less this time. Okay, so it's total dead weight. Notice how much I sink. I'm so engaged with my abs. Much better.
It's good. It's just like, holy crap.
So like I'll sometimes rub the spine to make nice of it, and I usually do 2 or 3 passes here again. So next one. She liked that last one, but it was a little intense, so I just didn't bring her up as high for this third one. Bringing her back. And usually before the big twist, I move that bolster off the head. So let's see that same sequence all over again on the other side, and then we'll go into me talking you through it. So we already did all the other leg stuff. We're here. We're softening this knee. Leg comes across to guide her into this twist. And you can definitely work this twist and use that shoulder back to the floor. It's going to be huge for the piriformis, great for the lower back. Twists are great for digestion. We're going to bring this other arm along. Do me a favor, lift your head for me. Some therapists, high therapists, do everything for the other client. Sometimes it's helpful to ask them to lift your head. It's not the end of the world, right? They had to work a little bit during their massage. It's a Thai massage that's already different. We're going to straighten out this bottom leg. We have the option to work this piriformis. There's a big horseshoe around that area. Remember when we looked at the scully earlier? And everyone's going to have a different spot along that horseshoe that's really going to light them up, or maybe the whole thing.
Now, see, that's what I would be laughing to. That would tickle.
And then working the intersection between the lateral hamstring and iliotibial. Coming really wide of the knee and not pressing too hard over the shin. Tip if you are small. Frame out with your knees. Compress traction. So my weight's over her leg now. And then back off. Palm compress. Again, shift to the top of the knee so we're not right in the middle of the knee, and really ease off that pressure of the knee. And then compress the calf muscle from the side. Knee shift. That inner leg meridian. Calf. Transition. My knee's gonna slide to her knee, picking her up, straightening this femur bone out, and sinking into this.
I can't wait for that one. That one looks good.
It feels good.
I'm not sure what I was thinking, aside you need a bathroom.
All right, I'm not grabbing the toes. This is just a nice loosey, goosey ankle rotation. I'm gonna slide her inside my hip. Support the knee and be really mindful here. So like my hip is pressing into her to get a bigger stretch through her quad.
And are you pulling with the left hand or just stabilizing?
Straighten her back out. This is a tougher transition. And I am like there, okay? Like I really slid my hips up until I felt her top hip. My feet are supporting her foot. And I can feel her pulse now, so I can come off whenever. Energy heat exchange. And then for this part, you can come back out to your wide kneed hero to do it. Sacrum, up the spine, or you can come into giving your knee a little bit of reprieve from all that hero pose that we're in.
And you said you're on right above the spine or right below the
Right
spine?
above it.
Right above it.
Right on this side of it. So I'm working that lamina groove. I'm working that spot right above the lamina groove.
Where's the lamina groove?
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Between the spinous process and the transverse.
Got it.
And then that huge intersection. The occipital ridge. You got so many things going on there. You can always rub and make nice to the spine before your second pass or after your second pass. And again, you won't be doing this to every client. I got the pillow out of the way first. I got the shoulder out of the way. You're gonna grab my hand. The only work you're doing is holding this hand. I want everything else to be soft. Big breath in. Again, big breath in. Take a few breaths. You see how this other arm slides inside to support her elbow? That's a tough thing to get at first too. Big breath in. And then bring her back. Because if I'm just holding here, that's way harsh on that joint. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I felt supported too, like I feel
Good.
like I could let go more.
Yeah. You can always rub the spine and make nice. And boom. You got the picture. And bringing her back out. I like to usually straighten them out a little bit. Always a good time for legs up a therapist pose. Always a good time for bilateral traction. And we'll go into some other wonderful leg stuff. All right. Clients down, therapists up.